proteins are. See what one of the most common subjects in the gym since gyms were invented has been steroids. And it's a myth that the Nazis developed steroids to give to their soldiers. Hitler did not create steroids. So it's interesting. Obviously I'm not going to recommend anybody use steroids, but it is interesting to clear this up and find out where they really came from. In 1931, the German chemist Adolf Butenandt pinpointed and purified androstenone from urine. A second German chemist, Leopold Ruzicka, synthesized androstenone for human use. In 1935, Butenandt and Ruzicka compounded the first batch of synthetic testosterone. Finally, in 1939, Butenandt and Ruzicka were awarded the Nobel Prize for their work. Now, in the late 1930s, testosterone was being used in humans in the form of testosterone propionate, which is a water-based injectable form of testosterone. So in the 1940s, the Soviets got a hold of this, and they were administering it to their Olympic athletes. And so Dr. John Ziegler of the U.S. Olympic team was puzzled why the Soviets were excelling at the Olympics, and he asked the Soviet doctor, and he told him we're using testosterone. So he came back to the United States and developed methandrostenolone, which is what we call Dianabol, which is an oral form of steroid. And he contacted SIBA and got approval with the FDA for human use, and SIBA began manufacturing Dianabol. So why even mention this? Well, I think it's important, for me at least, for those of us that claim to be experts in the field of bodybuilding or powerlifting, to know what we're talking about, whether it's nutrition or enhancement, the actual bodybuilding, the powerlifting, supplementation. We need to know what we're talking about. We're looked upon as experts in the field, so we need to have a depth of knowledge. Another myth that's been floating around for decades is that Larry Scott invented the preacher curl to train the peak on the biceps. That's entirely wrong. The Easton brothers, Harvey and Dale Easton, had a gym that they opened in 1938 in Hollywood, and Vince Garanda was 22 years old. In 1939, he went to their gym, and they had invented a bench that we now call the preacher curl. In 1948, Vince opened his own gym in North Hollywood and had a preacher curl there, which Larry Scott used. Larry Scott did not invent the preacher curl.